Okay, Khan, Shalom Akim. Khan Halalim La Yahawah Shem Yahshua Bashem Kodash. And double on this great Muslim apostles. Father Yahawah, Father Yahshua for giving the strength in order to make this video as well. And this lesson today is about the mercy of Yahawah Shem Yahshua. Because as we live our daily lives, we don't really realize there are certain moments where Yahawah Shem Yahshua is showing us mercy, but we don't really realize it. Because the fact that, let's say, it's just something simple, man, like, let's say you're crossing the road, something simple like crossing the road, and then a guy, a car's probably speeding, then the car's, well, they're not speeding that much, but, they were quite close to you, but, the car never crashed. That could also be seen as a mercy of Yahawah Shem Yahshua, and at the same time a fear of Yahweh, to promote you to have more fear in Yahawah Shem Yahshua. Because it's also a reminder that, at any moment, He can take out our vessels, man, and then take and pretty much pull back our spirits back into the spirit realm, into the heavens. So that's really, these things that are, as we live our lives, we have those certain reminders where, Yahawah Shem Yahshua is clearly showing us the mercy, man, their mercy, as we live our daily lives, which really, majority of the time anyways, is vanity as well, us having to be here, sometimes, brothers got their hobbies and whatnot. We know that these are the main works as well, preaching, teaching, studying. Of course, we do that, but then, of course, there's still other things, other responsibilities of which brothers have, man, like the job. Maybe brothers have families to look after, maybe like a family member may be sick as well. You may have that responsibility too. You got all these things, man, certain vain things where it's like, you just got to do them for the time being until the kingdom come where, we can actually enter our rest. Certain things, because we know at the end of the day, the things of which will be lost alongside Esau's world, all that is pertaining to vanity, man. So always got to remember that as we live our vain lives here, in these chains of darkness, this flesh right here, the thing is we always got to remember that we have to prioritize the will of Yahawah Shem Yahshua, because that's the one thing we have that is actually valuable. Not having to work for Yahawah Shem Yahshua, being a servant of Yahawah Shem Yahshua, that is the one thing we have that is actually of tangible value, man. And the value will just be increasing and increasing and increasing, man. We're going to see it with our own eyes as well. And the time to come, where we see the prophecy of the mark of the beast, clashing society, that's been within people's heads right now as well. And you got the microchip plot that's eventually to come, and Sweden's already made it known. That whole country right there, man. Well, I say the whole country, but pretty much majority of Sweden, they're using the microchip for transactions right now. That is a clear indicator of what's to come. A clear indicator of what's to come. So all it is then, Esau's just using like China as a test, Sweden as a test, and all these other nations as well. It's really just tests before he then, gathers everything, and then all other nations would then have to agree on implementing the mark of the beast in their area of land in the time to come. So, speaking of mercy, let me read this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 43. Rejoice, all ye... Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 43. Rejoice, all ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants. I will render vengeance to his adversaries. I will be merciful unto his land and to his people. So, of course, Yahawah, Yahawashi, will only be merciful upon Israel, man. You are the chosen people of the Most High. Only Israel that are going to get that mercy, man. It's not going to be mercy upon Ishmael. It's not going to be mercy upon Edom. There will not be mercy upon Moab. There won't be any mercy upon any other heathen nations, man. The only thing is Israel. That's where the mercy is going to be put upon. He is the prince of the power, man. And who gives the prince that power? Yahawah. Yahawashi, man. That's the thing. So, of course, Israel is the chosen nation. So I read it again. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 43. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people. So of course, y'all saying that let the nations, that are around about Israel rejoice with them. Because of course, if they ain't rejoicing with Israel, they're going to get slayed anyways. They're going to get judged. Which, in the time to come, in the kingdom of Yahawashi, there's going to be judgments that are going to be put on nations that refuse to follow the will of Israel. When we command them to do something and they don't do it, we're going to put judgment upon the nations, man. And I'm talking about thing. Obviously, they're going to have their bondage for 1,000 years, but after that, it's going to be the time where, they're going to be put on their lands, on earth. But the thing is, if they don't listen to us, then their nation's going to be downtrodden, man. The way Esau Eden right now, he has his weapons of flipping weather control and whatnot with lasers. The recent incident, in I think Hawaii or something like that. Yeah, Hawaii. Yeah, so the same way, Esau's got his thing. For the countries that don't listen to him, he can pretty much execute his own form of wicked judgments. But of course, we're gonna have our own righteous judgments, man. Because in our righteous kingdom, where Yahawashi is gonna be on top, and obviously the elect ruling under him as well. The thing is, when we command the nations, we are part of the elect. When we command the nations to do something, let's say to bring us some gold or some resources, or to dig up some resources and to give it to us, if they don't do that, their land's going to be downtrodden, and the judgments are going to be put upon them. Be putting droughts on their lands, maybe like a very high level of snowfall, increasing the temperature, decreasing the temperature to absolute zero. I don't know. I think that's a reference to like something that's super super cold. But yeah, I need to research what that is again. But I think that's something in reference to like something very very cold. But yeah, we could be able to manipulate the elements of which it would then plague the heathens that don't listen to us, the specific heathen nations, man. So that is something to look forward for as well. But of course, we got to be worthy, to rule those heathen nations, man. Which the time that we're in right now, we're getting chiseled into getting that character, that mindset, to rule over the heathen nations. So yeah, that's Deuteronomy. Let me get Proverbs 5:21. Proverbs 5:21. Okay, so it says in Proverbs 5:21, for the ways of man are before the eyes of Yahawah, and he pondereth all his goings. So of course, Yahawashi sees what all vessels do, man. The wicked, the good, the righteous ones, the evil ones. And then he weighs them up, man. That's the thing. He says he pondereth all his goings. So of course, Yahawashi is weighing them up, man. In terms of the righteous works and the wicked works as well. That's why everyone's going to be held accountable for what they've done. And another reason to fear Yahawashi because of course, there's nothing that he doesn't miss. There's nothing that Yahawashi does not miss. That's the thing. So of course they're gonna see everything, every little detail, man. So I'll read it one more time. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 21. For the ways of man are before the eyes of Yahawah, and he pondereth all his things. So let me research the root word for pondereth. Because I think it should have said something about weighing something. Like Yahawashi weighing the actions of the righteous and the wicked. But of course, judgment starts at the house of the Most High, so Israelites going to get it first. So let me get the root definition of pondereth. So Proverbs 5, verse 21. Proverbs 5, verse 21. So it says there, Proverbs 5 verse 21, for the ways of man are before the eyes of Yahawah, and he pondereth all things, all is going. So look, yeah, I just read it, but let me actually get the thing again, the actual word pondereth. So this is the root word for pondereth.
Strong's H 6424. Palas.
Yes.
Second entry. Palas.
So that's palas or paulas, or even in the ancient Hebrew it could be pawalas, most likely. But yeah, let me see the definition. It says to prepare, also to revolve, to weigh, to make, ponder, to weigh. Let's see another one. Yeah, it says to weigh up, man. So of course, it goes into weighing things, man. The way Yahawashi, Yahawashi, they're the ultimate judges upon this earth. So of course, Yahawah is going to be weighing the actions of men, and it starts from Israel. So that was the point of that scripture. That's why, another thing in mercy is, of course, you can also get to a righteous man, a just man falleth 7 times. I think that's also in Proverbs as well. Let's see. Let me check where it is though. Okay, cool. Okay. So this is Proverbs chapter 24 verse 16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but a wicked shall fall into mischief. So of course the point is, we're gonna have times where we slip up, of course, because of the fact that we're in these vessels, these chains of darkness, we're in the flesh, so the battle's there between the flesh and the spirit, man. So of course there are times that we're gonna have our slip-ups, man, and we pray to Yahawashi for mercy consistently, because we're not the ones who have ultimate control over our vessels. Though we can try, but of course at the end of the day, we're subject unto sin as well. But again, that's why we need Yahawashi, man, to save us, and also to clean up our vessels as we're in this vessel, getting our mindset right for the new vessel, man, the incorruptible body. So then our hearts will then be renewed. So yeah, man, let me read it one more time. So Proverbs chapter 24 verse 16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. So the point being is, just man referring to a righteous man, which really they are the servants of Yahawashi. Falleth 7 times, 7 times meaning completion, so any amount of times of which the Most High really wills for you to be slipping. Because all is by the will of the Most High at the end of the day. So yeah, man, let me get this, Ecclesiastes 2. Because, as I said in the beginning of the video, man, as we live in our vain lives here, we do need the mercy of Yahawashi. Because easily, you could just think about it, man. We could have easily been as one of these typical vessels of which the Most High does not really care about. That's the thing, just like a typical 2/3. Imagine that. Imagine being that and not even realizing. That's a situation you don't want to be in. Being a flipping 2/3 and not even realizing as well. And the thing is, even if you did realize, you'll still be in a worse position too, because of course, when the scriptures talk about something of along the lines that it would be better for you to not have heard the truth. That's the thing, because if you know that you're probably a 2/3, which really they are the fallouts, most likely anyways, then of course it's gonna be a heavy burden that you're gonna have during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. And even before the nuclear missiles come, it's gonna be a heavy burden, man. All these judgments and demons to deal with. This is why we need Yahawashi mercy, man. We always need it. So, let's see. And of course, Israel is the only one he has the opportunity to ask for mercy to Yahawashi Yahawashi. Obviously this one's a clear precept that most brothers know anyway, but I'll get it out right now. You go to Romans 9. So Romans 9. Romans 9. Romans 9 verse 13. So it says in Romans 9 verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So of course that's the point really that backs up what I was saying, where only Israel can ask for mercy to Yahawashi Yahawashi. We have the opportunity there. It's like, I remember when Elder Yahawah made a video about Israel having a ticket to pretty much win the lottery that's only for Israelites. So it's like, it's only oriented towards Israel. But the point is that from that video, that reflects the fact that we have an opportunity here directed towards us. And the thing is, those who have the truth right now, we actually have the tickets for which we can cash in, and then get the reward. Yahawashi Yahawashi as we endure to the end. So again, Romans chapter 9 verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So again, that also refers back to the other scripture where it was talking about for a just man falleth 7 times. I think Proverbs 24 verse 16. Yeah, verse 16. And then the wicked falleth into mischief, man. And the wicked representing Esau, referring to Esau, and of course the just man referring to Israel, and even more specifically the just man referring to the servants of Yahawashi Yahawashi, and really those who are the elect of Yahawashi Yahawashi. So yeah, man. But as we do strive in this vessel, in these chains of darkness, subject to sin, we got to always remember to stay humble, because our righteousness really, it's not, it's worth something in the eyes of Yahawashi, because it's giving us a chance here. But at the end of the day, in the eyes of the Most High Yahawah, it's as filthy rags. So of course, Yahawashi is the one who's bringing justification to us, man. So Isaiah 64 verse 6. Let me actually get that. Isaiah 64 verse 6. Where is that? Oh yeah. So okay. Yeah, I found it. So Isaiah 64 verse 6. But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags, and we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the winds have taken us away. So of course, the righteousness of which we do have, because the fact that we're subject to falling several times, our righteousness is as filthy rags, man. As a filthy rag, it ain't gonna be doing much cleaning. That's the thing with that filthy rag. So of course, we do our best here, because the point is, we understand the vessels that we're in. We do our best to serve Yahawashi, and Yahawashi will do the justification for us, onto Yahawah, man. So of course, we just have to play our part. That's the thing. So yeah, man, that's the key point, man. Brothers always got to remember that we need the mercy of Yahawashi Yahawashi. That's the thing. I might even name it that. We need the mercy of Yahawashi Yahawashi, because initially I was gonna name it the mercy of Yahawashi Yahawashi. I'll name it, we need the mercy of Yahawah Yahawashi. So yeah, something along those lines of we need the mercy. So yeah, Shalom Akim, Yaratazar, you got the message clear and you understood. Barakatha Yahawah, Barakatha Yahawashi, Barakatha Yahawah, Barakatha Yahawashi, Barakatha Yahawah, Barakatha Yahawashi, Kahalalimla, Yahawashi Yahawashi, Bashim Rakakudash, and double honest to great Muslim apostles once more. And Barakatha means bless you to Yahawah. So Barakatha Yahawah means bless you Yahawah, and then Barakatha Yahawashi means bless you Yahawashi. Barak Atha Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua. But yeah, shalom, Akim, shalom.